In today's video, I'm telling you all about my Kindle Paperwhite, Amazon's latest update to the Kindle devices, and why it trending right now can be an issue for fellow Kindle owners. Let's get right into it. Okay friends, there is a lot to unpack in today's video, so I'm going to jump right into it. I'm going to go through the points of 1, Kindles or e-readers and slow living, how they go hand in hand. I'm also going to talk about the Kindle's pros and cons. I'll talk generally speaking because a lot of the pros and cons go across all Kindle devices, but I will also be specific with my Kindle, which is the Kindle Paperwhite. And then the last point is Amazon's latest update to Kindle devices and how that could potentially be an issue for fellow Kindle owners such as myself and others, and why it being trending right now might be an issue, but we'll unpack all of that. Let's start with the first point, which is e-reading and slow living. I think especially now in the year of the hobby that I've been talking about so far this year, hobbies are a huge part of slow living. Slow living is about slowing things down, enjoying little things in your life that bring you a lot of joy and things like that. And of course, hobbies are a way for you to do just that. And I also think when we participate in our hobbies, our personal interests, it does a lot of healing, not just for people in their slow living journey, but just being an adult in this world. We need a lot of healing. We need a lot of inner child healing, and participating in hobbies help us do that as well. And of course, reading is a hobby. Reading is a very, very popular hobby. It's one of my personal favorite hobbies. So of course, when we're talking about reading, we have to talk about e-reading as well. It's one of the most major formats of reading these days. And I would say it's extremely, extremely popular nowadays as well. So I hope you're able to see, connect the dots between what I was talking about there. We have slow living, its roots, its ideas, its concepts, healing our inner child, participating in hobbies, because those are the things that bring us joy, and that is important in our slow living journey. And then hobbies in particular, we're talking about reading here. Now that that's out of the way, let's start talking about the Kindle itself and the pros and cons that I have for the Kindle. Like I said, you do not have to have the same Kindle as myself. I think these pros and cons will go across most, if not all, Kindle devices or e-reader devices. E-reading and having a device like this makes reading super accessible. Now, of course, you have to make an investment to get the device, which is not always accessible, but it's accessible in the sense that you can access library books, aka free books, and also, supporting your library. You get cheaper priced books on this, so even though you do have to invest in the item itself and the tool itself, books are always cheaper in the ebook format than they are in a physical format. And this is very easy to take around with you. If you're traveling, if you're a student, if you're going to work every single day, whatever it may be, this is very, very easy to carry around, which allows you to indulge in your hobby of reading much more easier than if you were to lug around a very large, heavy physical copy, if that makes sense. So accessible in so many ways, and it's also sustainable. So of course, once again, you buy this device and you make the investment in this device, but once you have it, you keep it forever, and you don't need to continuously consume or purchase something else aside from the ebooks that go straight into it, and that makes it sustainable in that sense. I feel like it's a one and done type of purchase. It should be. Now, getting more specific when I'm talking about library books, accessing library books, how do you do that? So essentially, you would download an app on your phone. It's called the Libby app. And through the Libby app, you would connect your library card through it. So there's an easy way to do that. There's a step-by-step process. And once you're connected to your local library, you can borrow books from your library on the Libby app. Now, once you do that whole process and you receive the copy digitally through the Libby app, you can send it to your Kindle, and it just sends right to your Kindle through a step-by-step process in the app, and instantaneously you get it on your Kindle, and then you can read it from here. Free books, you're supporting your library. We love to see all of those things. And then aside from library books or free books from the library, ebooks are generally speaking always, I mentioned this already, but they're always cheaper than physical copies. So if you're browsing through the Kindle store, if you're browsing through the Kobo store, whatever it may be, you're going to get access to super, super cheap books. And also, depending on which device that you end up going with, but of course I'm talking about the Kindle in this video, if you sign up to Kindle Unlimited, which is a subscription service, I believe it's $11.99 a month. Sometimes you can get some free months out of it. Sometimes you can get the months discounted, like $4.99 a month. But if you subscribe to that, you can get access to many, and I mean hundreds, maybe thousands, I think, of free books that you can just, send straight to your Kindle if you sign up to that. So many incentives if you have a device like this to get access to more and more books, which in effect allow you to read more, which indulges your hobbies more and more, which is great. And if you don't want to sign up to Kindle Unlimited or anything like that, there are so many ebook deals that happen throughout the entire year. I think the Kindle has recently rolled out some sort of like reward program, and so you earn points whenever you purchase an ebook, whenever you choose to do so, and those points add up to rewards, and then you can redeem the rewards for free books or discounted books down the line. So many incentives, so many discounts. Generally speaking, even though you do have to make an investment on the device, which is a couple $100s, depending on which one you choose, you end up saving because you get access to so many free / discounted cheaper books. The next pro, this is super portable. It's super lightweight. It's customizable. I love a device that's like this, very small, compact, light, easy to carry. One of the biggest reasons why I picked up this Kindle, the Kindle Paperwhite back in the day, is because the glare was a huge factor for me. I wanted to make sure that I got a device that did not have any glare. It looked pretty much like paper, and so I can read a book with the paper-like feel without needing to lug around a physical copy that is otherwise, heavy. So that was a big thing for me. And back in the day when I bought this in 2015, of course, my options were way more limited. This was pretty much the only option I can go with if I wanted like zero glare, but it still stands, and that's why the Paperwhite still exists in newer models to this day, because of how great that glare or lack of glare is. So I absolutely love that. Again, super lightweight. I can tuck this into a purse. I can travel with this. I can go literally anywhere with this, and it feels like nothing at all. It's honestly as light as my phone, I think, or maybe even lighter. I don't know. And of course, this is built to last forever. So the battery is fantastic. It lasts weeks, it lasts months, depending on how much you use it, of course. But for me, it lasts months, and I don't have to charge it at all. And like I said, it's built to be a one and done type of tool. So you buy this once, you invest in it once, and then you never have to buy something like this ever again. So in that sense, I do think that it is actually super affordable. If you do the math, if you do the calculations, you are saving a lot if you have something like this in your slow living hobby reading toolkit. Okay, now moving on to the cons. And I did also want to mention, when I was talking about it being customizable, a lot of people love to customize their Kindles and make it very personable. They do like stickers inside of their case here. Like I have a clear case. They do like stickers. They put like little pop sockets on it so that you can hold it. All different types of customizations, which makes your Kindle very individual to you, which I think is really cool and fun, and there's a whole experience in that, and I think that can bring people a lot of joy, which I think is important in slow living as well. So wanted to make note of that as well. Moving on to the only con that I have, and this segues into my last point, Amazon's latest update. So Amazon very quietly released this update at the start of this year in January of 2024. And essentially what it is that if you have a Kindle device that is or has a release date of over 4 years ago, they can and they will stop certain services to your Kindle. And some of those services are not make it or break it type of services. You can still use it, it's still functional, but some of the services like security updates and such are critical, because once they halt those services to your device, your older device, you will not be able to access the Kindle store. And that is the only way for you to get your Kindle books or your ebooks instantaneously sent to your Kindle if you're shopping through the Kindle store. Of course, this has nothing to do with the Libby app or anything like that. So like I said, your Kindle will still be functional, but certain things will not be functional, and then you'll have to take a lot of steps to access or send books to your Kindle device. So this is not the end of the world, but if you're someone like me who had the intention of purchasing a Kindle device once and never needing to purchase it again, that can be frustrating. I am frustrated because I have looked this up after hearing about the news update, which, by the way, I found out just by chance because an article showed up on my Google News feed. Otherwise, I would have no idea. They very, very secretly announced this. But I looked it up afterwards to see just how hard it is to access Kindle books or ebooks, and it is a step-by-step process. It's kind of annoying. It really is far too much of a step-by-step process to access one book being sent to your Kindle, to a point where it's like, I don't know if I want to hold on to this Kindle, because that does make it so much more harder. It is a huge roadblock for me to access books in an instantaneous way, which is one of the benefits of having a Kindle and, you know, having access to the Kindle store. So it's frustrating. I am annoyed, and I have seen this go in effect to some people on social media, and they said that it was very frustrating, and to a point where they just ended up buying a brand new Kindle device. They had devices that were like 2011. Mine is from 2015, so I'm getting really close there. So I imagine that, you know, I'm not going to have service on this very soon. Right now, I do. So it's okay for now. Once again, I consider this device to be a one and done type of device. And for Amazon to kind of halt services on devices that are just 4 years old, like a 4-year-old release date, is incredibly frustrating, because it's kind of forcing you to continuously purchase a new Kindle year over year. Not every single year, but years over years, instead of purchasing it once and never having to purchase it again. I'm the type of person where I know if it's going to be a huge roadblock for me to access my ebooks instantaneously, I'm going to want a new one, because that's only fair. I definitely just want to have the same experience as everyone else who has a Kindle, whether it's a new one or an old one. Why it's frustrating that it's trending right now. I want to get a new Kindle. A lot of people are going to want to get a new Kindle after hearing this news and having an old Kindle. But because it's trending right now, that means that it's in high demand. If you look on social media, if you look on Book Talk, you'll see that so many people are buying Kindles left and right. Some people own more than one Kindle. They own like 3 Kindles, which in my opinion, doesn't make sense to me, but people are buying them up, long story short. And so because they're doing well profit-wise for Amazon, Amazon probably doesn't feel the need to put Kindles like this, or the Kindle Paperwhite, on sale. So I'm gonna have to, you know, carve out money to buy a brand new Kindle device when I didn't ever want to buy another one to begin with after 2015. And that's annoying, because I don't want to do it, but I'm kind of being forced to do it, and a lot of people are gonna be forced to do it eventually. It turns into a device that's no longer a one and done device, which kind of deters from the whole sustainable element, and that's sad. And I know a lot of people are going to come into my comments and tell me that there are incentives for people who have Kindle devices to save on a new Kindle device. So I'm here to tell you, I know that. But if you did not know, if you do have an old Kindle device like myself and you want to get a new one because you either want a new one or you have no choice to get a new one, you can trade in your old device and get 20% off towards a brand new Kindle device. So that is an incentive, and I will always get it on sale if I go about it that way, but I still just don't want to pay for a new Kindle device. So I am looking to get the biggest discount possible, so I'm waiting for the Kindle to go on sale, in addition to me using that 20% off incentive with the trade-in and things like that. Do I think that the Kindle is going to go on sale, especially during this time? We're talking about Prime Day and stuff. I don't know. I haven't heard anything. Usually Amazon puts their own devices on sale during Prime Day, so I have a very, very high chance of it being on sale. But once again, because it's super trendy right now, I don't know if that's necessarily going to be accurate. So far, I have only seen the most expensive Kindle go on sale, and that's still far more than I want to spend. That's like $200 to $300, and I really don't want to spend all of that for a device that I firmly believe is a one and done type of device. But anyway, I'm going to end it off there. I'm going to stop my rant. I know most of this video was probably a rant, but all in all, I really love devices like this. All in all, I do love my Kindle device. I love my Kindle experience, and I want to continue to have a great e-reading experience. Will I move over to the Kobo? Because Kobo does not do this 4-year security software update halting type of thing. Maybe they will in the future though, so I don't know. To be determined. I'm waiting to see if the newest Kindle Paperwhite goes on sale, and if it does, then I will very likely get that. But for now, it does work. For now, if you have a device from 2015, you're okay. I would love to know your thoughts. The reason why I did this video is because I am so conflicted, and I know a lot of y'all are just gonna be like, get the new Kindle, you're gonna get 20% off with the trade-in. But I just wanted to hear your thoughts. If you have an old Kindle, I would love to know if you knew about this update that happened this year. I would love to know if you have a new Kindle device and whether or not you love it, which one you recommend. I love something really small. I really love the Paperwhite, to be honest with you. I just want a Paperwhite. I know a lot of y'all are really well versed in the tech world, and you likely have some loopholes that I can try to get this device working as much as I possibly can, get the most use out of it before needing to purchase another one. The comments are open for anything and everything that you want to share. Thank you so much for listening to me mini rant, and this video was kind of random. It was a hodgepodge of slow living, tech reviews, rant, whatever it is. But I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it was interesting, and I will talk to you in the next video.